Alright, so we're working with slope. And when we're working with slope, slope is the vertical change over the horizontal change and is represented by the letter M. So if you notice here, they're saying M equals rise over run. That is one way you can find slope. Another way you can find slope, we're not going to focus on it much this year, but I want to at least show you, is where you take y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So it's just your ordered pairs. You take the second y of your ordered pair and the first y and you subtract them. And you take the second x and the first x and subtract them. Okay? So we're not going to focus that much on that this year. You'll get into it more next year in algebra. But I wanted you to at least see it now. So over on the side, slope represents the rate of change. Slope should be written as a fraction in simplest form. So written as a fraction in simplest form. So below the skier, it says find the slope of each line below. So let's start with this line. So I'm looking from this point to this point. If I'm rising, which direction do you think I'm going to go if I'm rising? Up. So I'm going to count how many spaces do I go from this point to this point up. So if I look, I can draw a line. So there's 1, there's 2, 3. So my top number is 3. And I go over 1, 2. So it would be 3 over 2. Can I reduce that?
That's cool. No. Yes, you can.
I could, but it would change it to a mixed number. Right? And I have to have it as a fraction. So if it's an improper fraction, as long as it's in simplest form, I'm going to leave it. Okay? So this would have been a 4 over 2, then I would have had to reduce it. But since 3 cannot divide by 2 evenly, I'm going to keep it like that. Okay? Let's go over to this one on the side. I'm starting at the top, and I'm going from this point down to this point. So I can't go up now, so I'm going to go down. So it's going to be a negative slope. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I have a negative 6 over, and I go over 1, 2, negative 6 over 2, does that reduce?
Yeah.
To what?
3 over 1.
Negative 3 over 1. And I have to have that 1 on the bottom because I have to have it as a fraction. I can't just say negative 3. I gotta have negative 3 over 1. Alright, so from this point to this point, how many do I need to rise?
2.
I'm going up 2. And how many am I running? How many am I going over?
4.
4. 2 over 4, does that reduce?
Yeah.
To what?
1
1/2. So you're just counting up and over to determine your slope. And over in the middle, the slope of a line can be determined from the table by counting units on a coordinate plane or by subtracting coordinates. Okay, we're not going to worry about the second part of it. We're not going to worry about the subtracting. If you want to come in and learn how to do the subtracting, I will be glad to show you. But I don't want to have everybody doing it because not everybody's ready for it.
Wait, we're ready for what?
to be able to do the formula to find slope. Okay, over on this side, the slope of a horizontal line is 0. The slope of a vertical line is what we call undefined. We can't find the slope. When you go up and right, those are positive movements. And down and left are negative. So over here it says plot a line that starts at the origin and has a slope of -3 and label it A. So where's the origin at? What's the origin?
0.
At 0, 0. So we're starting here at the middle. And I want a slope of -3. So do you think I'm going to go up or down?
Down.
Down. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. But I need that run number. So if it's just a -3, what's my run number? When I have a whole number, how do I change it to a fraction? Over 1. So if I go down 3, I'm going to go right 1. So there is my line that starts at the origin and has a slope of -3, and it says to label that A. So if you go down and it's a negative, then you're going to go right. The next one says plot a line that starts at 0, 4 and has a slope of -3, 4. Label it B. So first I got to start at 0, 4. So I'm not going anywhere, but I'm going up 4. And now I need a negative slope of 3/4. So starting from this point, I'm going to go down 3 and right 4. So there is my line B. Okay, so at the top, I'm going to give you a little hint. So when you have a positive slope, there are two options you can do. You can go up and right, or down and left. When would be a time you would have to go down and left for a positive slope?
Negative.
No, we're only looking at positive slopes. When would I have to go down and left? Okay, so an example would be is if you're graphing something and it's not going to fit on the graph. Let's say this, I needed to go, this is a positive slope. I can't go up anymore because I'm at the edge of my graph, but I've got plenty of room to go down. So in this example down here, for this would have been a positive slope, I would have had to go down and left. So on this one down here, if I go up, I'm out of room. But I could go down and left to make it a positive slope. Okay, so then opposite, if you have a negative slope, you're going to prefer to go down and right first. But if you can't go down and right, then you're going to go up and left. So if it's a positive slope, up and right or down and left. Negative slope, down and right up and left. So it's going to be a lot of counting. I'm going to show you an easy way to determine whether it's a positive or negative slope by looking at the line. So I want you to go to the next page in your notebook. And I want you to draw a big circle. We're going to make a face. So this is what we call Mr. Slope Guy. And any of you that have Mrs. Husk for IE or have been in her room, you've probably seen Mr. Slope Guy on her board. I don't think I've ever had this one up.
We've had the one,
You Mr. Multiple Vision. Alright, so when you have a positive slope, this is the direction of your line. When you have a negative slope, that is the direction of your line. If you have a vertical line, that is what we call our undefined. And if we have a horizontal line, our slope is 0.
let's do that.
So positive line is going up, negative line's going down. A vertical line has an undefined slope. A horizontal line has a 0 slope. That makes sense, everybody, how I got those?
Yeah.
Okay, in your table of contents, you're going to fill out 2 different ones for today's date. So today is 2/23. So the first one you're going to fill out is for slope, and then the second one is for Mr. Slope Guy. That way you can always go right to that page when you need to.